Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Donna Landy, and I will be having a lot of fun with you today. I hope you are enjoying this amazing, amazing training. Let me just start off by saying that I have definitely noticed the one thing that is true, that there's no magic pill or magic to doing virtual shows or having great success, except that each leader that's been training and each consultant and director that's been sharing has one thing in common, and that is a passion for serving others, a passion for sharing our mission and our purpose for enriching lives one meal, one memory at a time. And I hope that sticks with you. If you take one thing away from this week, that should be it, that passion and that commitment to service. And we're going to talk more about service today. I loved yesterday's training, and every day I've taken so many notes. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a 23-year veteran with Pampered Chef. That's kind of crazy. And what you need to know is that 23 years ago, not only did we not have any computer system, I used to submit all the shows manually. That's right. We used to use these little accounting forms and mail them in. And there would be times when I would mail in like 5 cents or 10 cents and tape it to the form because I couldn't get it to balance. Okay. Thank God those days are over. But it is a true testament to our business and how timeless our nature of our business is. So even through all the changes with technology, our business is stronger than ever because we have such a strong mission and purpose of service. So I know, can you believe it? In fact, I was thinking this morning, the second year, the first full year I was in Pampered Chef, after going to conference, I was so pumped up, and so I just filled up my calendar. I did 101 cooking shows manually. I don't even know how I did it. But we're glad that today we have such incredible technological tools, and wow, virtual parties, this is awesome. So just so that you do know, about 30% of my business now is virtual. And I'm excited to expand that. But it's right in line, I think, with the company's percentages. So I started, again, 23 years ago. I had just had 2 babies back to back, a 1 and 2-year-old. I call them Irish twins. And my husband was military, and I had left my professional job, and it was getting to the point where I needed to go back and earn some money. And I, lo and behold, went to a cooking show. And I really didn't think that this was going to be my main income source for the next 2 decades. But what happened was my director, my actual upline director, came to a meeting and shared her paycheck or commission check. And at the time it was like $2,600. And she was a senior director. And I thought to myself, you know what, if I could make $2,600 a month, I don't have to go back to a full-time job. So seeing that commission check was so life-changing for me and opening my mind. I am so passionate about making sure my consultants always share the money. Okay, so share the money, show the money in everything you do, virtual shows, cooking shows, because people really don't know the opportunities that we have. And a lot of people do think we're paid in food choppers. So if I gave you any tip in growing your business, that would definitely be it. Show me the money, okay? So we moved 7 times in my first 7 years of Pampered Chef because we were military. My husband was deployed a lot. We even moved internationally to Germany twice. And that foundation was really important for me and my business because basically I was a new consultant every few months. So I had to restart. And what it taught me early on was that there is so much business everywhere. And there is, all you have to do, and I think most importantly, it showed me how valuable the service is that we provide and how excited people are to know more and to be enriched by our product services. And everyone eats, and there's business everywhere. So just learning how to make those contacts, like some folks have been talking about in this training, you will continue to have a full calendar. There's just so much business out there and so many ways to get it. So, okay, that's my story, and I'm going to have to stick to it. But I want to go back to this point that we do provide such a valuable service to people, don't we? And I mean, through our products, through our mealtime solutions. And the reality is that a large majority of people are hands-on people. Whenever I'm training folks, they always say to me, and I say, how would you like to be trained? Are you an audio person, hands-on person? About 90+% say what? That's right, hands-on. And even virtually, I bet most consultants like to actually see step by step. We've seen it on a lot of this training, and to actually participate in it when some of the directors are doing shows for their new consultants. So they want to see it for themselves. They want to taste it. They want to experience it. So our cooking or in-person experiences is the perfect way for our customers to make purchase decisions, isn't it? And we know how important the experience is for this generation. So the show makes it a really fun way to get together with friends and learn something new, help them with their cooking and entertaining solutions. So I know this is a virtual training week, but my friends asked me to focus on in-person cooking shows today and the incredible services and experiences that you could offer your customers. So we'll be providing posts, actually live. We'll be providing posts throughout the day, and then we will be going live 3 times today. I am so excited that 2 of our directors, Jason Hiller, who will be going live around 12:30ish. I know he works full time, and actually Joby works full time too. But he was willing to come and share on his lunch hour, and that may run a little later than the posting time that I've put on there. So sometime between probably 12:30ish Eastern time, and Joby will be coming on at 3, and I'll come back on at 7 p.m. to wrap things up and answer any questions that you have. Yeah, see, I see all these folks saying, yes, I'm a hands-on learner, and you know what? I am too. So anyway, I'm excited that both Jason and Joby they started completely as virtual consultants, and they branched their business into cooking shows. And I'm excited that they're willing to share not only their story, but how and why they branched into offering additional services beyond virtual parties. So I hope you'll join us for those live segments. And again, I wanted to remind you that what sells is your excitement, your passion, your enthusiasm, okay? So when we look at, and I'm going to actually post a poll later today, because I would love to see who is actually doing cooking shows on this group and what types of services you're offering to your customers, because there are so many. I mean, I even consider vendor events to be a service, to be out there in public, to be answering questions. How many of you do mostly customer service when you do vendor events? That's a service too. And I think one of the reasons I definitely started Pampered Chef for the kit and the products and stayed initially for the money. But what's kept me for 2 decades is the fact that I not only earn meaningful income, but I provide such a valuable service to people through our mission. So I'm going to say that word over and over again because we're not salespeople. We are so much more than that. We do provide such a valuable service. And so what I'm going to challenge you to do today is think about your passion beyond virtual parties, okay? If there was an area or a service area that we provide, what would it be? You know, maybe it's theme shows, maybe it's healthy cooking, maybe it's cooking with kids, maybe it's investment cooking or freezer workshops. I just did those and my customers are asking me, they're just contacting me. I don't have dates for them yet. You know, maybe it is fundraising, maybe it is, you know, servicing our new brides and new couples. There's so many areas that we can provide additional service. And yes, we can do that virtually, but again, there's something really special about in-person service. So those of you who are willing to branch out, you will find even greater success with your business. We know that virtual shows represents about 30% of Pampered Chef business right now. And you'll see a pie chart on that later, but just to remind you, because here's the deal. 70% of our business are all other services non-virtual, right? So think about that and think about what piece of the pie maybe that you want. So we surveyed our customers and we found that the 3 things that they enjoy most about attending a Pampered Chef party is learning 1, new cooking techniques, tasting the recipes, which is kind of hard to do virtually, right? And socializing with their friends. And you can do that virtually, but it is, again, a lot more fun with a glass of wine to be just chatting and seeing people's actual faces. But whatever the reason that you decide to provide personal service, that's probably why our guests will love their Pampered Chef experience and keep coming back because of you, okay? So think about what is your style and what excites you most about some of the in-person experiences. Because there's so many in-person party options, right? And I've talked about a few of them, but as far as how to do them, we have what we call station-style cooking parties, which most of you are very familiar with. We have demonstration-style cooking parties, which is more of a social, but also a training situation where the consultant actually does most of the demonstration. And then, of course, we have our freezer meal workshops. So you have lots of different types or workshops, freezer meal workshops or workshop style, okay, which is a little different than the demonstration or the station style. So those are our in-person options. And again, my job today is to just enlighten you a little, open your mind to those opportunities, and certainly answer any of your questions. And finally, each one of those areas that I mentioned already could be a whole day training. So I'm not going to be training on them, but I'm happy to refer you to tons and tons of resources that are available to you. And we certainly will post how to get started today with some great info and locations on Consultants Corner of how you would get started with in-person parties. So welcome everyone to day 7, and you're in for a treat, and we are excited to serve all of you and offer you some additional options for your business. So I don't think, people looking and saying, I'd love the resources, we will help you. Okay, do you recommend new consultants to share people's checks? Yes, I do. In fact, I'm happy to, you should get your director's check right away. But yes, if you don't have a check yet, but honestly, most of my new consultants, I tell them to share their first check. Because if you've done 1 show or 2 shows, you'll be amazed people will be amazed how much you've made just going out one time. Or in the case of a lot of folks on this group, Most of you have not even left your house and your first check is 100, 200, 300. Listen, people would love to see that. Okay, so be proud of your checks because you'd be surprised. Sometimes, if I post my check, so when I give them a $13,000 check, that's a little overwhelming to people, right? But it at least shows them opportunity up here. And I look forward to chatting with all of you much later. Enjoy the day, enjoy our guests, and bye for now.